Let's move on to political issues now. The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Atiku Abubakar, said the dismissal of his party's suit at the Supreme Court is not a setback for his quest for justice. According to him, his legal team are primed to robustly prove that the election of February 25 was fraudulent, did not comply with the constitutional requirements and the electoral guidelines of the Independent National Electoral Commission, and that the announced winner was not even qualified to contest the poll. Atiku urged his supporters to exercise patience and conduct themselves peacefully as they seek redress at the Presidential Election Tribunal Court. Mr. Bolaji, what did you make of Atiku's tweets?
Well, it's interesting because most in Nigeria, any election that we conduct, there must always be a winner. The problem we always have is that those who contested against the winner will never accept that they were actually defeated.
They lost.
Yes. It's very unfortunate. They hardly ever want to accept defeat, you know. But the courts are there, and they are in court today. Let them go to court. Let them exercise their rights, and whatever the outcome, we all live with it. But the fact is that by tomorrow, by God's grace, we are going to swear in a new president for us. There can't be a vacuum. The tenure of the Yangon president is ended today, but by midnight, you know, and the new one is coming in. So whatever the outcome of, let them go to court, let them exercise their rights. But the fact is that we should also learn to accept certain things. That if you contest, there must be a winner. You don't have to agitate. You
can't all win.
Yeah, someone must win this election. And if you know, this was a closely contested election because in the history of this country, I'm not sure we've had an election like that. All the candidates won 12 states convincingly, all of them. And that's the least that the presidential election will win in the country. Like Donald Obasanjo, he won the first time in 1999, I think he won about 30 states. And then maybe second term, he won about 27 or thereabout. Same thing with those who succeeded him. But this is the first time that we have the winner of that contest having only 12 states with the others. So it was a clearly contested. So they should all go and relax because they gave a good fight. It's not everything you have to, if God says you are going to be the president of this country, you will be. But if God says someone else, why are you fighting? But let them exercise their rights. So
Bikio, Justice Adamu, who delivered the judgment, said PDP acted as an intrusive interloper and a busybody by filing the suit.
Yes, the one thing that we can take away from this judgment is the fact that party primaries, nomination of candidates are internal affairs of a political party. This was resolved in favor of the respondents at the lower court, Justice Ekwo. That was also affirmed at the appeal court. But they still continue to push harder and harder that Kashim Shettima actually was not qualified to contest and all that. And look at what Justice Ogun Wumeju is one of the judges who presided over this matter. You know, all those judges have to write their own judgment, whether it's minority, they have to write. So Justice Ogun Wumeju said, the moment the fourth respondent submitted his withdrawal to his political party, his nomination stood withdrawn. Exhibit 6, that's to show where the opposition failed to prove his case. Exhibit 6 relied upon by the appellant, dated 15th July 2022, was the date the fourth respondent was substituted by INEC, and not the date he was nominated. You see the difference? There was no double or multiple nomination. That's what the Justice Ogun Wumeju said. It was Justice Ogun Wumeju that read the lead judgment in Uche Nwosu Smarter that reached the Supreme Court. Uche Nwosu was nominated as governorship candidate of Imo State by two different parties. They were comparing these two cases that after all, Supreme Court disqualified Uche Nwosu on the basis that he got two nominations. But these cases are not similar. And Justice Ogunwumiju went on to explain that Uche was nominated as governorship candidate of both the APC and the AA.
Okay.
You know, Action Alliance. Whereas in this case, you don't nominate yourself for vice presidential position. It is the presidential candidate, the man who won the primaries, that reserves the right to pick someone. So, Shettima had already emerged as senatorial candidate for Borno Central when Tinubu decided to pick him. And the moment Tinubu picked him, he dropped the senatorial
ambition.
Yes, ambition. So the judge showed now that they thought that the date his nomination was cancelled by INEC. In response to his letter, they were quoting that as the date that they received his letter. But the man had sent in his letter earlier. So the judge said they were trying to mislead the court. That the Exhibit 6 that they tendered was the date that his nomination was substituted by INEC. That was the day they removed his nomination for senatorial position and substituted it with that of. So this is a baseless case, and like Justice Adamu Jauro, who read the judgment, said, the appellant is a nosy busybody and a meddlesome interloper without local standard to challenge the nomination of the APC candidate. The case is fraught with irredeemable maladies, and it is without merit. And the withdrawal and notification by the fourth respondent and the second respondent to INEC is in line with Section 31 of the Electoral Act 2022. It's just unfortunate, and Justice Okoro said they were using the social media. He said using the social media to terrorize and bully the justices of the Supreme Court by the appellant is appalling and unprofessional. The appeal is without merit and is dismissed. So I think that matter is resolved, but they actually thought that that was the joker. Because all the noise that, oh, Tinubu went to beg Buhari to declare Friday as public holiday. At the end of the day, nobody declared Friday as public holiday. They said they wanted to declare public holiday so that it will save him from last-minute disqualification. But what did we see? The case was allowed to be heard, and Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu once again defeated the opposition in court. So the election, as far as I'm concerned, in my adult life, this is the best election that I've seen. That you do not agree with the election because your preferred candidate didn't win does not take away the fact that in this election, seven different governors failed to win their senatorial election. In the past, they will have just written the figures and they'll go to Senate. In this same election, APC, the ruling party failed to win in 12 states. You can imagine. 12 states, including Kaduna. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu won in only one local government in Kaduna State. That's Birnin Gwari. To tell you how tough the election was. You know, so yeah, they will still say it's the worst election. Worst where?
That's why I say 12. Each of the candidates had 12 states.
They did well.
Yeah. No, it wasn't as if someone just came and swept all the states. It wasn't like that.
All right, so going by this direct pronouncement by the Supreme Court, of course, this is supposed to rest any talks that there is nomination for the position of the vice president.
Come again. I didn't get that.
Going by this, what would you make of this direct pronouncement by the Supreme Court?
Well, that's, you can't question what the Supreme Court has said. They say we are the learned people. Yeah, they are learned. They know the law, and it's not as if they are going to be giving you what you did not ask for in court. Even if there are certain things that
you lose by earlier imagine. For you to lose, you must be a contestant in the contest. I just find it funny that some people came together, they called themselves Abuja residents, and they said they were going to court.
Against
the only people who can challenge Tinubu's emergence in the election are the people who contested against him. That's what the law says. If you didn't contest against him, and you, Olajumoke, got up and said, I'm challenging Tinubu's emergence, you are an interloper. They will use the same words. No see busybody. That's how they will describe it.
But Mikhail, to be fair on the part of the lawyers, these lawyers sometimes say, well, we advised our clients. We tell them this and this cannot fly.
They tell you that they advise their clients.
Some of them say so. No, some of them say so.
Some of them tell because they want their professional fees. They deceive these people like, let's try our luck. Let's try our luck. You know, politicians sometimes, even when they know they have lost, to galvanize their base, they will be giving hope to their rabid supporters. No, we can still win. They need to keep that base so that they can be constantly in the news. That is what happens sometimes. So politician, he knows he has lost, but he won't give up easily. He won't give up easily, so that they won't see him as someone. Many people hated Jonathan just because he did not contest.
That's it.
Didn't go to court. Yes. You know, they hated him for that. They said he should have challenged it. What do you challenge? Nigerians wanted change. It happened. What do you challenge? If you had challenged it, you will have lost in court.
Oh, so Bikio, PJ, I'm worried about something, and that's the social media bully on the judiciary.
Well, it's a waste of time. Let them continue. Those judges have responded. Justice Okoro responded. Why are you bullying judges? They call them names. And that's why it's even risky to say, okay, come and show tribunal proceedings live. They will put the pictures of some judges so that people can attack them on the streets. This generation, I don't understand.
Irreverent. Irreverent. No respect for anything.
No respect, no training, no home training. They can't abuse anybody.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
All right, gentlemen. Following the ugly, needless attack and